10 awesome cologne fragrances that you should check right now. Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to the channel guys, I hope that all of you are doing well. It's time for your daily dose of some fragrance content and it's time to talk about some awesome colognes that you should check right now. I've included fragrances from most of the well-known big Middle Eastern fragrance houses in today's video, and I'm going to start with something from the brand of Arabiyat Prestige. It's part of the Hypnotic line and it's called Hypnotic Oud. And I really like this fragrance because in my opinion this is a great clone of Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. And probably this is the best and the highest quality clone of By the Fireplace that I've tried so far. Like everything else from the brand of Arabiyat Prestige, this offers very high quality. The whole presentation is really nice. The bottle looks unique, has a pressurized sprayer. It smells super similar to the original fragrance, and the best thing out of all is that it has a beastly performance and it's probably even stronger than the original fragrance from Maison Margiela. If you like woody based fragrances that have a lot of incense, that have a lot of sweetness, then you should definitely check out Hypnotic Oud. The next one that I've included in today's video is somewhat of a recent purchase, and it comes from the brand of Rayhaan and it's called Rayhaan Lion. And let me tell you something, a few months ago I thought that we're done with getting new clones of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Mauve, but then all of a sudden Armaf Odyssey Spectra came out and then Rayhaan Lion also came out, and both of them are really nice. I could have easily included the fragrance from the brand of Armaf as well, but this time around I'm going with Rayhaan Lion, and this is a fantastic fragrance. I think I included into a video about a week ago as well, but I really do think that if you enjoy scents done like in the style of Ultra Mauve, you should definitely check out Lion from Rayhaan. It smells very similar to the original fragrance in the opening. On the dry down goes into a little bit of a different direction, but the opening is very similar. You get that sweet pear note with the mint, with the lavender, with the vanillic sweetness. But on the dry down this goes into a little bit of a woody direction compared to the original one, and also develops a bit of a soapy vibe. Also becomes a hint powdery, but it's a very interesting take. And a few things you should know about Rayhaan Lion. First of all, it has a very nice quality, and the second thing is that it's an absolute beast when it comes to performance. This is probably the strongest clone of 9 PM that I have, of Ultra Mauve that I have in my collection. Pretty much rivals the performance that I get of my original bottle of 9 PM from Afnan. Lasts for a very long time and also projects really nicely. I was really caught off guard a little bit by the performance of Rayhaan's Lion. The next one that I've included in today's video comes from the brand of Afnan and it's part of that 9 line of fragrances, and this one is called 9 AM Dive. Now this is not a straight up clone of anything, but it smells very similar. It's more like a hybrid clone, and it smells very similar to a few famous and very highly regarded and liked designer fragrances out there. Now this smells like a mix between Bleu de Chanel EDP, like YSLY EDP, while at the same time it's doing a little bit of its own thing as well. It's a very fruity fragrance that has a lot of freshness. It has a bit of spiciness, some ouds on the dry down, a hint of greenness as well, and basically in the air, this, especially in the opening, this smells like a slightly fresher and more fruitier version of Bleu de Chanel, while on the dry down it's not as woody, it remains a little bit fresher than Bleu de Chanel, but it's a very nice, very masculine and very easy to wear fragrance that in my opinion is super versatile. Now at least on my skin this also tends to perform really nicely, especially for a freshie, for something fresh and fruity that it actually is. I expected this one to be more on the moderate side. Total longevity is not like absolutely superb. I'm still getting 7 to 8 hours of performance, but what I like about 9 AM along with the fact that it's super masculine and versatile is also the fact that it projects really nicely for the first couple of hours, and I think that this is a very nice addition to anybody's collection. Something very versatile, something very easy to reach for no matter the occasion. 9 AM from the brand of Afnan. Also, like, you get the usual high quality from this one that you would expect from anything coming from the brand of Afnan. The next one that I've included in today's video comes from the brand of Lattafa and it's called Qaa'ed Intense, and this one is a clone of Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, and it's probably the best performing clone of Reserve Privé that I have in my collection. Again, just like some of the fragrances that I already showed you, this doesn't feel like a straight up clone. This to my nose feels a little bit more powdery than the original fragrance, but definitely smells very similar to Reserve Privé. You'll get the lipsticky, powdery iris note with this one. You'll get some woods. You'll get a nice addition of tobacco. You'll get a bit of a booziness as well. This smells very nice, very classy, and very sophisticated. It's a great fragrance for the cold weather, especially for nighttime usage. The good things about this fragrance, along with the fact that it smells really nice and classy, is also that it's very cheap and it offers really nice performance. In fact, this is performing better than my original bottle of Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. I like to include this fragrance in a lot of my lists because I really do think that it's worth it. It's worth being checked out, and especially if you can find it for a good price. Like I bought it for something like 23-4 euros. This I think is an absolute steal at that price point. The next one included in today's video comes from the brand of Athoor Al Alam, which is a sub-brand of Fragrance World, and it's called Taj 2, and this is something that smells very similar to Blue Talisman from Ex Nihilo. And it's a very nice fruity fragrance. This is very fruity, it's a bit woody, it's a bit spicy, you'll get a lot of sweetness, maybe a hint of incense. Some powderness out of it. It's a very interesting fragrance that smells very shower jelly. It's a very blue scent, but in my opinion this smells like a blue unisex type of fragrance, and this one has a lot of quality and also smells very classy. And the surprising thing at least something that surprised me was also the performance of this one. Now it's not super loud, it doesn't project, doesn't push out very strong, but the total longevity on skin that I get out of this fragrance is actually very respectable. It easily gives me at least 8 hours of performance, so on that front it's you know, doing very nicely. Also I think it's very versatile because this is yet another fragrance that can be worn pretty much all year round, and as I said, this is in my opinion perfectly unisex. It's a little bit more pricey than some other Fragrance World scents, but it comes really nicely packaged, and I really like the presentation and the way that this fragrance both smells, both looks, and both performs. The next one that I've included in today's video is sold under the brand of Fragrance World, and it's called Urban Man Elixir, and this should not be mistaken with a fragrance from Armaf, which carries the same name. They are two totally different fragrances, totally different manufacturers. Urban Man Elixir is a recent release from the brand of Fragrance World, and this one is a clone of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. And to be honest, although I'm still in the testing phase of this one, I think that this is my new favorite clone of Le Male Elixir. This one smells very similar to the original fragrance, and it smells absolutely fantastic. I really like the original scent, and this gets very close. Maybe feels a tiny little bit different because this has a little bit stronger vanilla note than the original fragrance. It doesn't have that sticky sweetness from the honey note that the original one has. This is maybe slightly lighter in the air, but still in the air smells super similar to the original fragrance from Jean-Paul Gaultier. Quality is really nice, and another great thing about this one is that it offers fantastic performance. This is probably the best performing clone of Le Male Elixir that I have in my collection, and I should do a full review of this one soon because this is a very impressive release from Fragrance World. The next one that I've included in today's video comes from the brand of Paris Corner, and it's a part of the Mouch line, and it's called Mouch Cognac Blaze. And this is a very interesting take on the scent of Kilian's Angel Share. This is not a straight up clone, this is something with a heavy twist, and I really like the twist that has been done on the scent with Cognac Blaze in here. You'll still get a lot of the sweetness that you get out of the original fragrance, you'll get some of the booziness, but in here you'll get the inclusion of a coffee note, which is a very interesting creates a very interesting mix between the two scents, the original scent of Angel Share plus a coffee note. This is less sweet than the original fragrance from by Kilian's. It's less boozy than the original fragrance, but also smells very interesting at the same time. Offers really nice quality. I like the bottle design, I like the presentation. It's very competitively priced, and it also offers really nice performance as well. This is a strong fragrance, tends to last for a good amount of time, projects really nicely, and all around I think this was one of the best releases from Paris Corner last year. The next one that I've included in today's video comes from the brand of Orientica, or you can think of it as something that comes from Al Haramain as well, and it's called Royal Blue. This is a great, in fact one of the best clones of Parfum de Marly's Layton that you can get right now, in my opinion. It's an interesting fact that Orientica have another clone of Layton that's looks different than this one in a bottle. It has different name and it smells a little bit different than this one. It doesn't matter with which one you go, both of them are really nice, but I think that I personally prefer by a little margin Royal Blue. The other one is called Exclusive Oud Blue. This one offers again superb quality, it offers superb performance that's pretty much on par with Layton itself, and all around the experience is really nice. The next one in today's video comes from the brand of Armaf, and it's called King Checkmate, and this is a very nice clone of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Scandal per Homme Absolu. This was released late last year and it was very impressive. I got it with a bunch of other Armaf fragrances, and this one and Spectre, Armaf Odyssey Spectre were the two most impressive scents. This smells very similar to the Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance, and if you enjoyed that one, then I think this is a great alternative, a great clone. You get that signature sweetness of the Scandal line, the darkness, this all around, Armaf have done a really good job. It's a slightly more expensive than some other Armaf fragrances, but I think it's worth it because it offers great quality, it offers very good performance, lasts for 8-9 hours on my skin, projects nicely, comes nicely packaged. The bottle design is a little bit goofy, but that's something that you should expect from Armaf. But apart from that, I really like this one. If you are a fan of the original Scandal line, especially of Scandal Absolute, then I think Checkmate, the King Checkmate, or whatever was the full name of this fragrance, is really worth checking out. And the last fragrance that I've included in today's video is what is currently probably the most popular clone fragrance out there. It comes from the brand of French Avenue, and it's called Liquid Brun. And of course, this is a great, probably the best clone of a Parfum de Marly's Altair that you can get right now. This fragrance gets a lot of hype and a lot of praise, and for a good reason. I have to admit, initially I wasn't very impressed by this one and the original one, but the more I've been wearing them, the more impressed I've been getting by the scent of this. Yes, it's a little bit more on the simplistic side, it's nothing too complicated. You'll get a lot of vanillic sweetness, you'll get a lot of cinnamon spiciness, you'll get some white florals, orange blossom, you'll get quite a lot of ambroxan. It sounds a little bit simple, it is simple, but it works, and that's the probably the main thing about this fragrance. Maybe feels a little bit more spicy than the original one, but also in my experience also projects a little bit better than the original one. But other than that, this is super similar to Altair. Great performance, a great projection, and super high compliment factor. This is a fragrance that people like to smell in the air, so this will get you a lot of compliments. So guys, in today's video I showed you 10 awesome clone fragrances that you should check right now. I hope that you found this video interesting to watch. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me tomorrow for your daily dose of some fragrance content. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.